Raz wanted to be out of the peninsula by nightfall. They were still on the outskirts of Centre at a gas station. The last delay had been her fault, and the one before that too. Raz finished washing the windscreen and placed the squeegee back in the box. She stood as close to Raz as she dared, not sure if she'd be welcomed. Raz turned and trapped her against the car and him. Her heart thundered at the contact. She wanted to know his secrets, no matter how frightening. Propping herself up against the car door, the cool metal penetrated the cloth of her jacket and shirt. She trembled, although more her body was chilled. Sandra waited for Raz to confide in her after all they'd been through. With the toe of her shoe, she kicked the loose gravel at her feet. It scattered across the pavement. She lifted her gaze and studied his eyes. If Raz spilled his secrets, then she would have to do the same. I am ready to tell him. Cam won't mention the pain meds. Raz narrowed his eyes. That's the least of my worries. He tucked a loose strand of hair behind her ear, and his fingers lingered on her neck. She smelled a faint hint of gasoline and the exotic scent of leather from his jacket. Cam isn't part of your secret military. Is Raz crazy? Did he escape from a loony bin before moving to Angelville? Raz, being insane, would certainly tidy up all the crazy talk, yet Sandra believed that really they were being chased. One touch from Raz and Sandra wanted to follow him to the ends of the earth. If he'd stopped touching her, she could think straight. But the pleasure she found with him couldn't be resisted. She couldn't take her eyes off him. The crystalline gaze mesmerised her. Are you afraid? He asked. Sandra swallowed but didn't answer the question. Fear was becoming the constant companion of the day. You think Cam might be an infiltrator, which implies he'd have wanted to get on your side. His thumb grazed the bottom of her lip as he edged closer. He tried by giving me intel for Omega's location, but I'm not taking us there. His touch seared her flesh and made her mouth go dry. She parted her lips and leaned back onto the door. Cam isn't after my research. Raz scrunched his face. He smoothed the flyaways from her cheek and rubbed his nose against hers. Maybe not, but my experience suggests he wouldn't have such a close relationship with you if there wasn't a benefit for him. You have something he wants. Maybe he just wants you. She shook her head. Raz's warm breath tickled the side of her face and neck, sending delicious shivers along her body. But I only want you, not him. We're colleagues and friends. If Cam is the enemy, he'd want to get to you, not me. He's M83, and so are you, right? Raz shrugged. Technically, not anymore. Sandra rubbed her brow. But you were. Doesn't that put you both on the same side? Something's going on in Angelville. Omega is a small unit, and Cameron implied dozens of chasers are in that area. The ratio isn't normal protocol. She pushed against his chest. Cameron wasn't a liar. He's at the lab every day. He wouldn't have time for what you're suggesting. Raz wrapped his arms around her in a comforting embrace. His warmth thawed the cold deep within her. He brushes soft kisses on her hairline, which makes her tremble. He misinterprets a shiver. Don't be afraid. Nothing in the universe would make me hurt you. Does that include my heart? Raz lifted her chin. His gaze penetrated deep into her soul. I never thought an infiltrator would be an M83 spy before one killed my parents. And I'm not leaving you, not with so many uncertainties. He stroked her hair in a soothing motion that tugged at her heart. Was he admitting they weren't a mistake? Sandra reached for his waist and wrapped her arms around him. She couldn't help herself. She needed to be closer. Her body craved his.